Conservatism, as a political and philosophical ideology, is a multifaceted and complex worldview that encompasses a wide range of ideas and nuances. It has evolved over centuries and varies significantly from one region and historical period to another. In this comprehensive review, we will explore the many ideas and nuances that define conservatism, its historical roots, key principles, and contemporary expressions.
Before we dive in, if you find this content valuable, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment below. It truly helps us grow. Now, let's get started.
Historical roots of conservatism. Conservatism, as an ideology, traces its roots back to the political upheavals of the 18th century, especially in the aftermath of the American and French revolutions. The term conservatism itself emerged in the early 19th century as a response to the radical changes brought about by these revolutions. In essence, conservatism can be seen as a reaction against the principles of liberalism and the Enlightenment, advocating for the preservation of traditional institutions and societal norms. One of the fundamental ideas within conservatism is the belief in the value of tradition. Conservatism holds that established customs, institutions, and societal structures have evolved over time to serve a purpose and maintain social order. Conservatives argue that radical changes should be approached with caution and skepticism, as they can disrupt the stability and harmony of society. The many nuances of conservatism. Conservatism is not a monolithic ideology, it encompasses a range of nuances and ideas, making it difficult to define precisely. These nuances often depend on the specific context, culture, and historical period. Here are some key aspects that showcase the diversity of conservative thought. 1. Traditionalism. A core tenet of conservatism is the preservation of tradition. Traditionalists emphasize the importance of customs, values, and institutions that have been passed down through generations. They argue that these traditions have stood the test of time and should be preserved as a source of stability. 2. Order and hierarchy. Conservatives often support a hierarchical social structure where authority and order are valued. They believe that such structures are essential for maintaining social stability. The monarchy, the church, and other traditional institutions often play a central role in conservative thought. 3. Skepticism of change. Conservatives are generally wary of abrupt social or political change. They believe that change should be gradual and guided by prudence. This is rooted in the belief that hasty reforms can lead to unforeseen negative consequences. 4. Individualism versus community. There is an ongoing tension within conservatism between individualism and the value of community. Some conservatives emphasize the importance of individual liberty and limited government interference, while others prioritize communal ties and responsibilities. 5. Nationalism. Nationalist conservatism places a strong emphasis on preserving and promoting national identity, culture, and values. It often seeks to protect a nation's sovereignty and independence in the face of globalization and international institutions. 6. Economic conservatism. Economically, conservatism can be associated with free market principles, limited government regulation, and a belief in the self-regulating nature of markets. This aligns with the idea that the preservation of traditional economic structures is essential. 7. Social conservatism. Social conservatives focus on preserving traditional social values, often rooted in religious beliefs. They may oppose social changes such as same-sex marriage, abortion, and the legalization of recreational drugs. 8. Environmental conservatism. Some conservatives have embraced environmentalism as a way of preserving the natural world and ensuring its sustainability for future generations. This is a more recent development within the conservative movement. Key principles of conservatism. While conservatism's many nuances vary across cultures and time periods, certain principles underpin conservative thought. 1. Prudence. Conservatives emphasize caution and prudence when considering changes to societal norms or institutions. They argue that change should be well considered to avoid unintended consequences, valuing the wisdom of the past as a guide to navigate the complexities of an ever-changing world. 2. Stability and order. The preservation of social stability and order is central to conservative thought. Traditional institutions, such as the family, church, and state, are seen as the guardians of this stability. Conservatives argue that these institutions provide a sense of continuity and structure in an unpredictable world. 3. Limited government. Many conservatives advocate for limited government intervention in the economy and individual lives. They believe that excessive government control can erode personal liberty and impede economic growth. To conservatives, a smaller government is the path to individual empowerment and economic prosperity through free market principles. 4. Custom and tradition. The wisdom and customs of past generations are highly valued in conservative ideology. They are seen as a source of guidance for the present and future, serving as a repository of collective experience that helps maintain continuity and provides a moral compass in a rapidly changing world. 5. Nationalism and identity. A strong sense of national identity and sovereignty is often important to conservative thought. The protection of a nation's cultural and historical heritage is a key concern. Conservatives argue that a robust national identity is essential to preserving a society's unique character and values in the face of globalization. Contemporary expressions of conservatism. Conservatism has evolved over time, adapting to changing circumstances and societal norms. In the contemporary world, we see various expressions of conservatism, influenced by factors such as globalization, technological advancements, and cultural shifts. Here are a few examples of modern conservative movements and ideologies. 1. Libertarian conservatism. This strand of conservatism places a strong emphasis on individual liberty, limited government, and economic freedom. It seeks to minimize government intervention in both economic and social matters. 2. Religious conservatism. Some conservatives are deeply religious and advocate for policies that align with their faith, such as opposing abortion and same-sex marriage. They argue for the preservation of traditional moral values. 3. Populist conservatism. Populist conservatives often use anti-establishment rhetoric and appeal to the working class. They emphasize issues like immigration control, economic protectionism, and a tough stance on crime. 4. Fiscal conservatism. This aspect of conservatism focuses primarily on economic policies, advocating for balanced budgets, lower taxes, and reduced government spending. It often aligns with the free market ideology. 5. Environmental conservatism. Some conservatives have embraced environmental concerns, emphasizing the need for responsible stewardship of the planet. This approach is rooted in the idea that preserving the natural world is in line with conservative principles of conserving valued resources and ensuring a sustainable future for all. 6. Nationalist conservatism. In an era of increased globalization, nationalist conservatives prioritize the protection of national sovereignty, culture, and identity. They may advocate for stricter immigration controls and a more assertive foreign policy, arguing that a strong, self-reliant nation is better equipped to navigate the challenges of a globalized world. Conservatism is a multifaceted and ever-evolving ideology that encompasses a broad spectrum of ideas and nuances. It has historical roots in the response to political revolutions and Enlightenment ideas, and it emphasizes the importance of tradition, stability, and limited government intervention. While it is difficult to provide a one-size-fits-all definition of conservatism,